Hello, everybody. This is my first what if, so bear with me. If it's not that good, you can tell me. I don't mind. As you can see, this is gonna be a what if about what if Deku was a SkullCrawler. You might have questions, but this is how it's gonna work. Getting into the story, when he was born, when Inko gave birth to him, he had a skull on top of his face. The doctors asked, the doctors were a little bit worried for what this was, but then then Inko thought it was his quirk, so she told them, and they would run exams on him, and it was so. After that happened, he was released with his mother. A 4-year time skip. When Bakugo got his before that, when Deku introduced himself to the class when he was 4 years old, he also told them that the reason why he had a skull on top of his head was because it was his quirk. And the children were scared at first because of his quirk, but then they no longer feared it. Oh, sorry guys. You're not meant to see that. That's another YouTuber. And after Bakugo got his quirk, and then one day Bakugo approached Deku, and when he did, the two became friends. And actually, scrap that. Bakugo approached Deku and just looked at him up and down, and just called his quirk villainous. And Deku did not pay no mind. People have already said that to him, but his mother always tried to make the best out of what his quirk made him look like. And since he was a very lonely child because of his quirk, when finally Bakugo got his quirk, when Bakugo got his quirk, he did everything that he would do. But when he was bullying that kid and Deku came in, he got angry at him. And when Bakugo told him that to buzz off, or else it would blow him to smithereens, Deku did not pay no mind to it. He did not care what he said. He just wanted to save him and protect the kid. So, and when Bakugo told his goons to go after him, Deku used his quirk fully. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, his quirk is a mutation / transformation type quirk. I'm sorry I didn't say it earlier, but it is. And for another thing, I don't own this art. I don't own it, so don't. So whoever made this, and if you see this, I don't own it. You do. I don't own this art at all. Back to the story. Sorry for that. And sorry if you hear the background noises. I am in a room, and currently my air is on. Sorry for that. And also, when Deku finally used his full quirk, he turned into a juvenile SkullCrawler. And when he did, he wasn't as big as his actual ones. He was just big as a king-sized bed. And when Bakugo and his goons saw that, they were terrified. And Deku, he had little control over it, but he had enough control to make sure he wouldn't hurt anyone. And when the teacher saw him in his quirk, the teacher thought that it was a villain or something else. When a hero was doing the patrol, they were about to attack Deku, but then Deku went back to normal. So before he got to attack him, he saw him, and then the teacher called up Izuku's mom told her what happened, and if you know what happened to Bakugo, he pissed himself, and with his goons. That's pretty much it. And then they just ran away like little wusses. Back to the story, the main story anyways. And after Izuku's mom came and picked him up, she drove him to the quirk doctor. The quirk doctor did the same tests on him, and they didn't recognize his quirk at all. It was different from others. It was both a mutation and a transformation quirk. So it was rare for that to happen. I'm just gonna say it's pretty rare for a combination of quirks like that. In my what if, it's my what if, so I don't care. And pretty much afterwards, Izuku got happy because he could become a hero, and he could protect others like All Might with a smile on his face. And he said, I will save people with a smile on my face, like All Might. And after that, they went home and they celebrated with some ice cream. Time skipped when Deku is 15. Sorry, the story is going kind of quick. I just want to, make it better. And this is my first what if, so sorry. I might do a redo of this eventually. Back to the main story. And after Izuku when Izuku waved goodbye to his mom, he walked to school, and by now he got a few more features from his quirk. Like you can see in the image, his eyes became like this, like a little teeth thing, and the skull, and also the skull on his face, it became tougher, and we got a tail and the things on his back, but not many people saw that. He also got claws in the tail. That's what I'm just gonna say right now. All right. And also another thing, he still has hair, but not as much. His hair isn't as messy. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, it is messy. It is like his normal hair, but a little bit shorter. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Well, when Izuku went to class and everything went like canon, and when the teacher came in and said, "All right, students, you will have to take these applications to go to think about your future." Sorry for that. And then he tossed the papers in the air, saying, I'm just kidding. I know you all want to be heroes." And they all activated their quirks, except for Bakugo and Izuku, because Izuku's quirk is always on. Oh, sorry for that. I should really turn it off for a little, but not right now. I don't know how to return it back on. But after Izuku, but afterwards, Bakugo did his whole speech thing where he said, like anyone else, like any of these other extras will make it to UA, make it to be heroes. They'll probably just be some sidekick to a low class hero. He said the exact same thing as canon Bakugo, but the only difference is that Bakugo was more stronger in this because since he hated Deku twice as much as in the original canon, and Deku he did not get and then everyone else in the class got angry at him, except for Izuku. Izuku paid no mind to him, and when the teacher said both Bakugo and Izuku are going to try to go to UA, they didn't laugh at him because they already knew he was pretty tough. His arms, he was pretty strong with his arms and his tail, and he also could run very fast. I'm just gonna throw that out right there because And also another thing, his tongue is like the SkullCrawler, like that little thing they have. Yeah, he has it as well, but not as long. But it happens when he goes into a SkullCrawler form. That's it. And also, when Izuku, when everyone else looked at when Izuku sorry for stuttering. This just something is wrong with me. And after, and when Bakugo heard that Deku was going to UA, he ran up to him, and he went to him and exploded his desk. Well, like canon, Deku did not get launched back because he was holding the desk. That's all I'm gonna say. So I don't have to stutter as much. But he was holding on the bottom side of it. So he didn't. So instead of blowing off, he just got pushed back a little. And Bakugo said this pretty similar thing is in canon, except for the quirkless part. He said that you will never become a hero with your quirk. You useless Deku. Sorry for that. Sorry for the pause. Just a little problems with my health. That's all. And after he did what he did in canon, the teacher told him to sit back down in his seat. And when class ended, is when Bakugo when Izuku was packing up his things, Bakugo and his goons came up to him, and they did the exact same thing as canon. But the only difference is that Izuku got angry at them, and when he did, he actually punched the Bakugo. But when he did, he automatically regretted it because Bakugo automatically yelled at him and said, "You're dead, you damn nerd." And Izuku just got his stuff and just ran out there. And then afterwards, when his goons and Bakugo were attempting to chase him down, they couldn't find him, and then they got tired and went to their normal business. They went to the same route as they did in canon. Izuku went back to school because he almost forgot his notebook. So when he got it, he still felt the same emotions as canon. So he still was sad that his notebook was totally burned. So, and he still went the same route as in canon. And when he did, when he was walking through the tunnel, the slime villain came up. But unlike canon, Izuku was not afraid. Izuku actually ran out of the cave. I mean, not the cave, the tunnel. And when he did, the sludge villain was able to grab him with one of his attacks, one of his tentacles of sludge. I'm gonna say that because most likely can do that. Sorry that he didn't. I don't know if he did or not. I forgot that little part. And afterwards, the sludge villain had him in. Izuku was being choked to death, and Izuku was doing the exact same thing as in canon. He was scared for his life, and when he thought it was all over, he heard Detroit smash, and the sludge villain was blasted off of him, and he fell unconscious. And when he woke again, he saw that the sludge villain he saw that All Might was in front of him, and he fanboyed it like in canon. Everything else happened to canon in that part where the sludge villain was picked up, and also when Izuku asked for All Might's signature. But there's one little difference. Actually, no. Deku still did the same thing as in canon, where he just grasped on All Might's leg, and when they landed, and he was about to ask, and when All Might said, "Get off! Hey, I know you're a fan, but I don't. This is a little much." And he said, "Let go." But then he said the same thing, then he said, "I can't. If I do, I'll die." And All Might said, "Oh." So he landed on the same rooftop, and as in canon, he was about to ask, and All Might shrink to Small Might, and then afterwards, Izuku did the same things, and where he said, "Yeah, oh Mike, where is he? What have you done to him?" But he